This is the Hoff-Time Report with Idaho Freedom Foundation President Wayne Hoffman, one of Idaho's most respected, influential public policy voices.
Welcome back. Senate Pro Tem Chuck Winder insulted conservative Idahoans this week when he told the City Club of Boise that the Idaho Freedom Foundation is, in his words, the biggest threat to democracy the state faces. First of all, this is not a democracy, it's a constitutional republic. But that said, in reality, it's Winder and his Senate that is a threat, not just to Idaho, but to the entire country. Let me explain. Remember that it was Winder and most of his Senate colleagues who voted multiple times to fund programs that teach young people that America is inherently racist, and also that the way to combat systemic racism is to support socialism and communism. Winder and his Senate colleagues can bitch and moan that it's not happening, but it is. We've provided ample proof from Boise State University's own efforts to drive a pro-police coffee shop off campus to the University of Idaho's blatant support of Black Lives Matter. There's plenty more. We've also documented how Idaho undergraduate students must navigate a gauntlet of social justice courses and departments in order to earn a degree. Winder and the state Senate listened instead to the liberal media. They kowtowed to leftist special interest groups. They ignored evidence, and they voted to continue social justice indoctrination on our college and university campuses. Thankfully, some outstanding conservative House members working in tandem with the IFF's research staff were able to counter the Senate and offer a better multi-million-dollar cut to university social justice programs and a nationwide leading restriction on the use of critical race theory in Idaho. It's important to remember also, and Chuck Winder doesn't like to talk about this, but it's true, Winder cast the deciding vote to give $6 million to a pre-kindergarten organization that promotes exposing babies and toddlers to social justice and critical race theory. The legislative session unfortunately ended with that bill on the calendar, but at least it didn't pass the House, again, thanks to conservative state representatives. Had Winder's Senate gotten its way, plenty of money would have gone towards kids getting out of their homes, away from their parents, so that their young minds could be shaped to support LGBTQ agenda, radical environmentalism, and union organizers. Winder is also responsible for leading a Senate that refused to meaningfully restrain the governor's executive powers, and the state of emergency, which Winder promised he would do, reject federal handouts, and also end mask mandates, or just provide substantive property tax relief for crying out loud. It's the fact that when you look at Winder's voting record and the records of Republicans in the Senate, particularly the committee chairman, and then compare that to the record of Senate Democrats, there is very little daylight between them. They are all very much oriented towards socialism. Oh sure, Winder and his colleagues will cast the perfunctory votes needed to seem conservative. They vote pro-life, they vote pro-gun, but on a wide range of other very important topics, Winder and most other senators have nothing to offer but a bigger, more expensive, more burdensome cradle-to-grave government. Isn't it interesting that the usual liberal education and business special interests don't defend Winder? I'm talking like the Teachers Association, the business lobbies. There's a wide variety of groups that he should find offensive. But that's because he and most of his Senate colleagues in the Senate do their bidding more often than not. They are so comfortably in bed together. And yet Winder is threatened by the Idaho Freedom Foundation. Why? What is so scary about our continued and unflinching support for limited government and conservative values? Throughout its history, America has served as a beacon of hope and opportunity for the world. But today, many groups here in the U.S. are attempting to undermine our constitutional republic. Other states are already deeply drenched in socialism. For them, there may be no going back. I'm talking California, Washington, Oregon. Idaho was well on its way to the same fate before the IFF arrived on the scene almost 13 years ago. Last session, the Idaho Freedom Foundation and Idaho Freedom Action got thousands of Idahoans to call and write their legislators, urging them to defend American principles. And that's what has Winder so upset. That's why I say he and the state Senate are the greatest threat to our state and nation, not Idaho Freedom Foundation. Winder is either with us in the trenches, fighting to save the country, or he's on the other side. And the fact is, right now it appears he is on the other side. We have a lot of work to do, ladies and gentlemen. Idaho Freedom Foundation is not the problem. It's liberal legislators in a state like Idaho that are hell-bent to continue to grow government, to accept federal mandates, do all the wrong things to continue the slide towards socialism. And I'm bound and determined to make sure that doesn't happen to our great state. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to, again, hit the like button, notification bell, share this with your friends, your family, and neighbors. Leave a comment or two, and we'll talk to you again next time.
You've been listening to the Hoftime Report with Wayne Hoffman. Be sure to visit idahofreedom.org for Wayne's articles, IFF research, and show notes from today's episode.